If you've been thinking about moving to Alberta, then you've probably heard that we are on fire. Now, I'm not just talking about the real estate market, I am actually talking about literal fire. There has been an outbreak of wildfires across Alberta because it's so dry here right now. So what we're going to talk about today is what that means for you as a buyer looking at buying in Alberta and how you can prepare. Helping you buy and sell in the Edmonton area, my name is Adrienne Carlton with eXp Realty, and you are watching YEG Cribs.
Here we go.
If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
About a week ago, we started to hear about fires popping up here and there in Alberta. Now, a week and a half later, we are at around 109 different wildfires across the province. The largest one that I've heard of is almost 80,000 hectares. Some of them have been brought under control, but many of them are still out of control, and the Alberta government has actually declared a state of emergency. So what we're seeing now is around 30,000 residents are actually displaced from their homes. Yesterday, we got news that Drayton Valley was being evacuated. Drayton Valley is around an hour and a half from Edmonton. It's just on the west side of Edmonton. Now, I live about a half an hour out from Edmonton, so Drayton Valley is about an hour from me. So out of nowhere, we as residents in my area start hearing about these fires kind of, a couple hours away. Next thing you know, it's moving closer and closer and closer. And now what feels like our neighboring communities are being told that they have to evacuate because their town is catching on fire. This is the reality of what we are facing right now. So what we've seen is just days of wind and no rain and dry conditions. So the wind is literally fueling the fire, and it's like the firefighters just can't keep up with keeping them out. Unfortunately, no matter which way that wind blows, someone's gonna lose. Lucky for me and my area, the wind is blowing east, so it's blowing everything away from us. But that means it's blowing it over towards Jasper, which is honestly a provincial and national treasure in Canada. Jasper National Park is so beautiful, and there's so many great towns outside of Jasper, like Hinton and Edson, and those are at serious risk right now. So if you're looking at buying closer to Edmonton, around Edmonton within a half an hour, even an hour, you're pretty safe. There isn't any fires encroaching really right in Edmonton that are out of control. There actually have been a few that have spurted up here and there, but they've been put out right away. But if you're looking at buying west of Edmonton, which is kind of in the area that I live, just about an hour further west than where I live, the Spruce Grove, Stony Plain area, if you travel up the highway, Edson is in an out of control blaze right now. That whole area, Wildwood, Edson. So there's definitely some areas that are very much at risk. So when you're looking at moving to Alberta, obviously now that's a factor. You need to be aware of what's on fire, what's close to the fire. And if you're currently looking to buy out here, you have to be aware of the rules with insurance. So if you already have insurance on a home out here, you're covered. But if you're going to be planning to buy something that's within that, usually a 50-kilometer radius zone of the fire, there's a chance you won't get insurance coverage. So be aware when you're looking at what to buy, where exactly it is in proximity to the fires. Honestly, you should just have a realtor. That realtor can help you out. I don't work that far out, but if you're looking around the Edmonton area, please feel free to reach out and we can take a look at what's going to keep you in a safe zone. And we can even look into insurance beforehand to see if there's going to be coverage on a home in an area that you're looking at. Just recently, a realtor colleague of mine brought to my attention that she had a client that was denied insurance for an upcoming closing. This is something that she had already purchased and will be closing on in the near future because it was within this 50-kilometer radius. These were the postal codes that were flagged as being at risk for insurance or uninsurable at the moment. So as you can see, the T7X, there's T7Z on there. Those are Spruce Grove, Stony Plain, Parkland County postal codes. So that's one thing to definitely be aware of if you're looking at buying out here. Another angle, and this is something I just want to put out there to investors, is that there's going to be a lot of people displaced. The fires have not been put out. We're at 30,000 residents displaced. That's growing daily. So those of you who can purchase real estate, you're going to be doing our community a favor because of these displaced people, they're going to need somewhere to live. They're going to need somewhere to rent for at least a year while their homes are rebuilt. And so I already feel that there is a shortage of rentals in our area. So if investors were coming out here, I mean, our real estate is a good price and our homes are much cheaper than in BC and in Ontario in many areas. So now is a great time to invest in Alberta because we do have a need for investment properties for some of these displaced people. So with that all being said, we appreciate the prayers, keep Alberta in mind, and I want to send a big shout out to all the firefighters, all the people with their boots on the ground helping out. This is not an easy feat, but Alberta, we shall prevail. We always do. And so if you have any questions about the real estate market or moving to Alberta, especially in light of what's going on out here with the fires, please feel free to reach out. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and share it with a friend. And if you want to stay up to date with my latest content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.